Running Arrow. I'm here again to talk a little bit about food plots, but before I do that, hi everybody, Greg with Running Arrow. I'm here again to talk a little bit about food plots, but before I do that, I want to point out the obvious swelling on the side of my face here. Woke up this morning, I had an abscessed tooth, so went to the urgent care and hopefully got that taken care of. And as most of you know that are land managers, food plotters and stuff like that, no matter how much pain or anything that happens, you know, there's still tons of work to do. So I'm going to swallow my pain here and get after it. But as far as what we got going on behind me, I got a brush field, and this is the same brush field that I cut my 3-acre plot out of that you watched me plant last year. So everything you see behind me is kind of representative of what that plot looked like. You know, we went in and brush chopped everything like I'm gonna today, and got in there and plowed and dissed that plot and everything, and worked it to the plot you see today. You know, now what you see today is actually 4 years of working that ground and stuff. So eventually we like to get this plot looking like that. But for today, I chose this area because it's a nice travel corridor. I got some doe bedding off to my left, and some more doe bedding below me. But also I have a couple nice trails coming into this area where they cut in and go into the big food plot. So what I like to do is use this as almost like a kill plot. And we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to take you from start to finish, from me, you know, brush chopping this area out to putting some glyphosate on it, and then, you know, obviously rototilling and putting the seed down. And as far as seed, you know, we're going to go with our new sponsors, Domain Outdoors. They've got a bunch of good mixes and stuff, but for my purpose here, I want something that, you know, hopefully I can get in the ground and then just kind of light maintenance on it and stuff like that. So with that said, I went ahead and decided that I'm going to go ahead and plant part Hot Chick and part Comeback Kid. You know, I think the varieties of clover, alfalfa, and you know, the other things that they have in them will be perfect for this plot. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do a pH test. I don't imagine my pH is gonna be that great with it being just a brush field now and stuff. So we'll go ahead and get some lime and some adequate fertilizer on here when we get the seed in the ground. But stick with me. It's gonna be a journey that we're gonna take together, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and you see something that, you know, I started from scratch, and you can kind of see as it evolves. Alright, well, that's plot number 1, so I'll get behind here and pan it around a little bit and kind of show you what we did, and if you remember what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. Alright, it's May 27th, and it's been quite a while since I left you last. I can't even remember. I think it might have been early April. We got in here and the weather was great. We got in here and we got a chance to brush chop this, clear it out, and make a nice area. Well, after that, everything changed. The weather changed. Got a bunch of rain, got colder, and even into May we had some snow and stuff like that. So it kind of delayed the process a little bit. of trying to get this sprayed and get everything in here killed so we can get in here and rototill. But as you can see behind me, it's all tilled up and stuff. So now what we're gonna do today is we're gonna finish the plot off. We got a call for rain for tomorrow, about 70% chance. Sounds like it's gonna rain all day, so we're gonna use that to our advantage and get this seed in the ground. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is grab some of these fertilizer bags and start chucking them, and then roll over it and plant the seed, and then roll that seed again, and then on to the next one. So these are our 2 kill plots, and in these plots we're gonna have our Domain Outdoors mix. And what I decided to go with is a combination of Comeback Kid and Hot Chick. I did that because I'm looking for the perennial in here, and hopefully, you know, get a nice lush green plot for the next 3 to 5 years. You know, I think the different and the combination of the clover and the chicory and the alfalfa in here, I think it's going to be killer. It's right off the bedding room of these deer and stuff, and it's about as close as I can put these deer to eating in bed as if we would. So stay close, and we're going to get this done. Hi everyone, it's Greg Hopkins, Running Arrow. I'm here with my third part of the 2020 food plot video. Now, just to give you a little bit of a recap, the first 2 parts of this video we talked about the location, where we put these food plots, and then also what we decided to plant and actually the planting of this. So again, we went with the Domain Outdoors food plot mix, and in that mix we actually put a combination of Hot Chick and Comeback Kid. That's 2 different varieties that they offer that we mixed in here. And I can't tell you how happy I am that I decided to do that, because right after I planted, we got a timely rain. It was perfect. Then 3 weeks of nothing. No rain, just dry, hot weather. And it started to wreak a little bit of havoc on these plots with the milkweed coming up and starting to take over. Now, I did get a couple brush choppings in, and I have to say, I'm really impressed with these blends and the quality of seed and how tolerant they were to the drought. And after a few clippings, they've just taken over and they're flourishing, and I'm so excited to hunt these plots. Now, I do have a couple cutty links over both of these plots, and the plot I'm standing in now is a South Clover plot, which is off of my doe bedding area, and it's worked out perfect. Every night I'm pulling chips, and I'm getting some nice mature doe through here and some smaller bucks. Now, the North Clover plot that I did as well, that was more off my buck bedding area, and that has produced as well. I'm getting, you know, every other night, a couple nights, I'm getting a couple shooter bucks on that every night. So I can't be more proud of these plots, and you know, I appreciate you guys following along and stuff, and I want to do something a little bit different this year. And rather than just ending it at, you know, putting the seed in the ground, I wanted to show you guys kind of the fruits of our labor of what we've done here. Alright, so I'm back, and I wanted to do one more thing with you guys before I left you for the year. I just wanted to give you a little tour of what we've got going on with the plots and everything like that. I know we did last year and stuff, and you've seen the big plot that we planted and everything like that, but I wanted to show you what we're trying to do, and how we've utilized some other Domain Outdoors products to help us along the way. As you can see, we've got this wall of Incognito, which is Egyptian wheat and sorghum that they have. Now, this is blocking our entrance and exit points along the whole roadway we got to get in here. You know, some of that stuff's probably 9-10 feet tall. And then off of that, you got a little bit of soybeans that are left. This end of the plot, they ended up just demolishing them. So I went ahead and I did broadcast some radishes into them, and they're coming up, and I think they'll do all right. So now, just to recap, this whole area was the 3-acre brassica field that we planted last year. So now this top part of it is elongated with the soybeans coming through. And then off of that, we also decided that we were gonna add a little bit of corn this year. So now with that corn, we added about 1 acre of corn and stuff. And I did that twofold. One, obviously to provide some more food and everything for these whitetail and turkeys and everything. But the other thing is you remember, this was just one giant big field. So we did have a nice shooter buck come out one day. We're hunting in the tower blind and stuff, and it's just so open. He could tell everything was here and what was going on. So I decided to utilize this corn, and I'm gonna leave that wall that you see there up. So then if anything comes in here to get around that corner to see, he's gonna have to move one way or another. So the other thing I also utilized is the incognito in the middle of this plot. So if you'll notice, I've got the top section, which is our winter rye, clover, radishes, and it's got some oats in it, which we just planted maybe a week or two ago, and that's coming up real nice. So I'm real happy with that. And you can see you got your little radishes coming up and everything like that. But as we come closer, you can see that we've got this wall of incognito that's doing a job of splitting these two fields, which again, that buck that I referenced earlier came out and I tried to gun him, and obviously he looked down here, nothing was here, so he didn't commit to anything. So we're hoping that, you know, I'm not saying it's gonna happen every time, but if we get the chance and we get to grunt in another one, hopefully, you know, that'll entice him enough at least to come down and check it out. So now if we get through this incognito here, and I'll show you. We pop out and we're in our brassica plot, which also is coming up pretty nicely. Just need a little more sunlight and stuff and some sunny days, and we'll get this stuff rocking and rolling. But you know, I just wanted to show you how we're utilizing the incognito not only as a screener to get in and out, but a divider, you know, to impede these deer's sight, and you know, hopefully we can manipulate their movement a little bit and, you know, be a little more successful calling. So I just wanted to wrap up this year's video with that and show you guys the rest of what we had going on. And again, I do appreciate you guys following and everything, so thanks, and you guys have a great season, and hopefully we'll see you with a big buck down or a couple nice doe.